Okay.
Alright, let go of me so you can talk to your puss.
Okay.
Text me when you're done, alright?
Okay, I will. But yeah, it's started, so. Okay. To everyone watching right now, I don't know how many people there are watching right now, because I don't sorry. Explain that wrong. I don't have very many subscribers on my channel. But I'm still trying to kick it off by doing different things, doing different gameplays and stuff. So I thought today we would start a new game, but also try to explain phenomena. The first thing I'm going to get into today is, so I don't know what the phenomenon's called exactly, but all I know about it is the fact that one day someone's sleeping somewhere, they wake up and nobody is in the world. It's just them. And you might have seen this on TikTok, because that's where most of it is. But people will start uploading, normal stuff every day, like drawing pictures, their everyday lives. But then, on that channel, one day, they'll just start uploading things like how nobody's in the world, like these big cities, and everyone says it's fake. And yeah, it could look fake, but here's the thing, is how physically hard would it be to stage something like that? To evacuate an entire city out of a town just so you can make a few TikTok videos. And then bribing them into asking if you could take anything from their stores too. That's like, it's, what I'm trying to get at is it's confusing and it doesn't make sense. But what I think is there are also these so-called quote-unquote time travelers on TikTok as well. And if you don't know what TikTok is, it's an app where basically you can look at other people's videos of their life, gameplay, funny things. It's all genre based, basically. But getting back to the point, there are time travelers and everything, right? Or so they say they are. But sorry about that. So anyways, basically, I don't know if they're real or not, but my theory is that a time traveler came back in time to help the government make COVID, because let's be honest, Japanese people, Chinese people, they've all been eating like raw stuff for as long as they can remember, as we can remember. They've always eaten raw stuff most of the time, right? But why now, when they eat bat, everyone gets COVID? That, it doesn't make sense. And yes, diseases are being made every day, but here's the thing about that, is what I think what happened is a time traveler came back in time because they saw the destruction would lead if we didn't have a disease to keep us in control and populate us less. So they came back, helped the government make an experimental disease that would kill thousands upon thousands of people and also kill very bad people. Stop this whatever catastrophe from happening in the future. But what I think happened when they did that is they made a ripple in time, right? So as they made this ripple in time, there are portals stashed everywhere in the world, right? And if you fall asleep in these portals, you'll get transferred to this alternate dimension because of these time travelers fucking up the time and space and all this reality. So basically, that's my theory on it. But another thing is, it could just be something simple as, oh, you fell asleep in the wrong place, or you were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you could have gone into an alternate reality. Or there's just a few people, and we're all living in a simulation, right? And there's just a few people that are actually alive that aren't living in a simulation, right? So basically, we wouldn't be real. And those people that aren't living in a simulation, what I mean by aren't living in a simulation, look at it like this. So, as in, the people that can go out of the simulation, right? Those are real people, right? So basically, these real people, how do I put this? Because see, I'm trying to think right here, because these people are the real people. So basically, what could be happening is real and not real at the same time, though. But it's kind of trippy at first, and it might not like make sense at all. But here's the thing. So imagine it like this. So imagine if you weren't real, you were just non-existent, right? Your family was non-existent, you wouldn't be real, right? And the government's just an illusion to make you think that you're real, right? So basically, if that was the case, and none of us were real, only the real people would be able to go out and, per se, go out of this simulation. So if they were able to go out of the simulation, that would put them into an alternate reality, so we like to call, that we would think it's somewhere like around, I don't know, like a civilization that's built, you know? Like we were programmed as robots, but we're in this world, but we built everything in that world as well, and that's why it's in this world. Because we built it in the real world, but it came into the simulation. So, saying that, the people that exited the simulation are now stuck in a world that's completely vacant. Like, nobody's there at all. And so, like, I don't know what anybody watching this would say. And see, I stumble upon a lot of words sometimes, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm just, like, trying to explain this the best I can, because it's just, like, it's such an unnatural phenomenon that happens most of the time, you know? And it's just so weird, like, how these YouTubers or these TikTokers will make videos about they're the only person in the world, and yeah, it could be fake, and, you know, this could be the real, actual reality, you know? And there wouldn't be anything else, right? So if there wouldn't be anything else, and this is just the actual reality, and they're just staging it, my question is, how would they possibly be able to stage something like that? Because, I mean, think about it. Being able to vacate an entire society just for a video, don't you think it's kind of extreme? Like, it's like, it's hard to think about, you know? Because it's never been done, and why would people start doing it now? It doesn't make any sense. So, if we're all robots, but we can feel, because our civilization has gotten to a point where it's so smart it let robots feel and seem as if they were real, but let us live in a simulation that thought we were okay. Like, how do I say this? If that was the right way, or the way that, per se, sorry, I'm like losing out here, but like, if we were robots in a simulation, wouldn't, like, it would just be hard to comprehend, because, I mean, it's so hard for people to comprehend, like, not existing. I mean, like, what comes after you die? You know, like, it's just so confusing, because, like, we don't know if we go to heaven or hell, we don't know if Christianity is real, we don't know if anything else is real, you know? We just have that false hope that we hope that something's gonna be okay, something's gonna be fine, but the thing is what if, like, no religion is real, and you just die, you're dead now. There's no afterlife, just all pitch black. You don't know anything, you can't think of anything, and you're dead. Everything you know is dead. Everything you thought you know was fake. So, and that differs the question, well, I know it's not, but how do you know? Just because we wrote a Bible on stating there's a God? Just because of all this other stuff that we have proof of that our ancestor made so long ago? Like, how do you really know that something's truly exist without the proper evidence or proof? So, like, and if you think of it that way, it's like saying, And I'm not coming at anyone for their religion either, okay? I'm not trying to do that. But it's just like saying, like, I'm not like trying to say God isn't real or anything's not real, right? Because you never know. I'm just like trying to fully understand the full capability of this, because like it's so weird. It's unnaturally weird even to think about, because nobody can comprehend the fact that there's just pitch blackness after you die. There's just nothing. Nobody can ever comprehend that. So it just makes you think even more into deeper of the subject. So how it makes you think more, and yeah, I know I coughed. Please don't make jokes about that if anyone watches this. But it's just like, yep, I know my grammar perfectly. No, sorry about that. But it's just like, it's confusing, you know? We don't get everything we talk about, and I can't answer any fully questions on this. I can only share my theories about this. So I'm not saying that I'm right and everybody else is wrong. What I'm trying to get at is, like, it's just my theory. It's just what I think. And I plan on making this like a full-time job, I guess. But anyway, back to the subject. So if we were in an alternate reality and we were all robots, how would we know how to do simple stuff? Because we've learned it, or we've gotten programmed into it, right? And if we got programmed, that means someone living had to program us with feelings and everything else, you know? And again, well, not again, I'm just gonna tell you guys this right now. I'm not the best at playing video games, so please don't come after me for stumbling on words and stuff, because it's kind of hard trying to play a game and explain this at the same time. This is unedited, so, but I'm gonna start editing my videos again. But anyways, basically, it just begs to differ, like, what person made us? Right? That's the question everyone's always been asking. Is there a God? Is there someone who created us or invented us? Or because then it makes you think, well, then if they made us, who made them? Because it's just even more confusing, because it makes you think that if how do I say this? It makes you think that if you were created by something, but you're also living, and basically saying that there's a higher up above the person that created you, or the God that created you, you're gonna start thinking about them, you know? So if you started thinking about that particular, it would just make you dive deeper into the situation of, well, why am I worshiping the person that made me? Why don't I just worship that? You know, whatever made them, because that's a higher, not anarchy, but like more powerful person per se, or being, a higher level of being made them. And it just makes you question everything about your life, because it's like, well, I have memories and I know I'm real, so you can't say anything that will change my mind. And I'm not trying to say anything that will change anybody's mind. I'm just stating, like, the facts that I know and what I think. So basically, say that, like, how do I say this? If we were all just made by someone and then they were made by a higher up, we would want to worship that higher up, because we would know that they were powerful, more powerful than the thing that made us. But how do we know that we're not just stuck in an alternate dimension that keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper? Like, I mean, think about it. Think about it, okay? If we were in a simulation, how do we know the next thing when we exit the simulation is still a simulation? Because the people on the outside that's actually running the simulation could perhaps find out that we were trying to get out, and then they make it us think that we've finally gotten out of a simulation, by putting us into another simulation that's just another simulation. But to us, it wouldn't feel like just another simulation. It would feel like the real world, or so we would think. So my question is, if that's the case, who is in charge of getting to decide, like, who lives, who dies, or who knows the truth about, you know, the simulation? But it just begs the question that who is Elon Musk? Who is all of these celebrities? And how did they get famous, right? Well, that's pretty easy. They worked hard for it. They were just smart. Or were they also robots made by the people who are on the simulation? It just makes you think deeper and deeper. But I think I'm gonna stop here for today about this. But it just came into my mind because it was so weird, you know. Like, first we started off like just with everyone gone in a world, and that phenomenon, and then the phenomenon that we're in a simulation and that it could be the reason why we went into another, but we can still post in this one because they're connected. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to. But I will see you guys later. If my PlayStation will load, I will see you guys later. That's if it will load. Yeah, we're probably gonna be here for a minute, so